So if you want a quick answer to the title of this video, my honest reaction and thoughts on WWE Worlds Collide is that I am way more interested in talking about that than I am Raw and Money in the Bank. I don't know what that says, but my honest thoughts. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we're talking about WWE x AAA Worlds Collide. Yes, this is a bit late coming up, but I wanted to get my thoughts out there. I wanted to sit and dwell after watching this show and think about what my reaction to the show was, what my overall thoughts on the show were, because there's a lot of stuff to dive into in regards to this show, and I think it's very, very interesting. It's a very, very cool show. Lots of different talking points to dive into. But before we dive into that, please hit subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below, and I'll try to apply to every single one of them as we dive into this. Starting with this show in general. Well, let's just talk about the acquisition of AAA for a second, because my video on AAA being bought by WWE, one of the biggest videos I've done. A lot of people didn't like that video. I wholeheartedly stand by that video. I do think that WWE buying AAA is a bad thing for the industry as a whole, but it's been done. It's been done, it's been sealed, it's been bought, so this is what we have now. We have AAA in the machine of WWE. And how does it look through a WWE lens? I will be honest, so we're going to particularly focus on the last match. There are some things I do want to talk about regarding someone in particular, but we're going to mainly focus on the last match, the Vikingo versus Chad Gable match for the AAA Mecha Championship. That match was probably the closest I have felt to Black and Gold NXT in terms of getting what you wanted out of matches. Because I'm going to be honest with you, WWE, they don't care about match quality. I believe that. They don't. They have their own style. They want to do it how they want to do it. They want to slow everything down. But this felt to me like a takeover main event. It felt like an NXT UK takeover main event. It felt like two guys who were just like, you know what, let's just go out there and put on the best match we possibly can. And they did that. Vikingo versus Chad Gable was astounding. Probably the best WWE match all year. And that was the kind of feel that I got coming off the show, is that this is the closest, more so than NXT, more so than Evolve, more so than Level Up, whatever they've got going down in their developmental. This was what made me feel the most enthralled in a WWE product since NXT was airing, since Black and Gold NXT was airing. And that is all thanks to this Chad Gable Vikingo match, because I thought it was exceptional. But there is a big but here. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. The overall show itself it just felt, it didn't stand out. Like, I think the match quality was probably the best match quality that we've had on WWE in a long, long time. Like, all the matches were sensational, but it was still under that TKO WWE presentation. We've got celebrities in the crowd. We've got long entrances. We've got pretty bad commentary. I'm looking at you, Conan, not Corey Graves. Corey Graves was doing his best, and I really appreciate Corey Graves on commentary. But Conan, my God, that took away from the enjoyment for me. And I think that the direction, I want to know where we're going with this. Are they looking to get AAA a TV deal? Will AAA be on Netflix? What is going to happen with AAA? Are they just going to become the NXT Mexico? Are they going to become a feeder system? Because right now, we don't know the progression. It's seemingly going towards Triple Mania, because Legado del Fantasma, they picked up the win, shockingly. I do not think that was the right call. Let's dive into that now. El Hijo, Dr. Wagner Jr., like, he is someone that you should be building the promotion around if you've got him. He's that good. Former GHC world champion. He's great. And him taking the pin, getting pinned by Santos Escobar, I was not about that. I thought that was absolutely shocking. I think it's pretty shocking that the AAA guys, I think it was 3 WWE guys won 2 AAA victories. So not exactly making AAA look strong, surely you'd want to get over some of these new guys and get them picking up big wins. But they didn't do that, other than Vikingo, pretty much. So I wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan of Dr. Wagner Jr. taking a loss this early in the AAA acquisition. So yeah, I'm just kind of left with the question of where do we go from here? It feels a bit directionless, a bit floaty. You've got people like Mr. Iguana popping up on Raw. You had the spot at Money in the Bank with Dominic Mysterio as well with Octagon Jr. So they've got all that stuff going on, but I want a clear direction. I want a clear direction of what this is, because at this rate, like, and I don't want to compare the two, but it'll just feel like Ring of Honor. Like, I appreciate Ring of Honor. They're doing some really great stuff with Athena. Yeah, Athena as Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. They're doing really great stuff there, but it feels kind of directionless. It doesn't feel like it's got a purpose. Now, I would like to see AAA, considering you are showcasing a lot of Lucha Libre and you're promoting that you're showcasing a lot of Lucha Libre, really put a focus on that and tell us sort of where we're going with this, what to expect. Because sort of when Vikingo won and he's there with all the AAA guys and sort of celebrating, I'm like, okay, this feels like a finale. This doesn't feel like a starting chapter. And that was my main issue with Worlds Collide. I want to know where we're going. I want to know what to expect, because I've just tuned in. I've seen this amazing Vikingo versus Chad Gable match. I want to go, cool, where are we going from here? We don't know. We don't know what's next. Triple Mania? And that's it. We don't know if they're getting a weekly TV show, or they're going to get showcased on Raw and SmackDown. Where do we need to tune in to watch more of this stuff? Because you've got your hook. You've got your hook with that main event, but you've not reeled us all in, if that makes sense. So my overall thoughts, my honest thoughts on Worlds Collide was that it was a very, very fun show. I think the four-way as well was amazing. That was really damn good. And it was a solid, 2.5 hours of wrestling that I really, really enjoyed. I'm happy that I tuned into it. I feel like it's a little bit, there's not a lot of substance there. It was a spotlight show to showcase some people. WWE showcased their people more so than AAA, but they're all WWE people now. And yeah, I don't really know where it's going. It feels a little bit aimless, a little bit directionless, but the show itself was really, really fun. As to what I want to see from these AAA shows, I want to see them potentially end up on Netflix, potentially get more of a spotlight than just appearing for one spot per show, having a Mr. Iguana in the crowd or getting a video package, just potentially showcasing people more. But that's going to cause an issue because WWE already has a bloated roster and they've just acquired a whole new promotion. So how they get showcased is a little bit up in the air. I do wonder if we're going to get sort of the start of an NXT Mexico. I don't think they're going to rename it, but I think this is pretty much what AAA is. They're in there were some main roster people, but it's not like you're in there with Seth Rollins or LA Knight. It is Chad Gable and Legado del Fantasma, who are great. Stephanie Vaquer, of course, main roster. She's incredibly over. So, but they're not. Is this on the same level as NXT or main roster? It seems like it's on the same level as undercard main roster, judging by some of the people that they've got on the Worlds Collide show. So yeah, I want to know the placement. I want to know how WWE feels about this. How should I feel as a viewer? What should I expect from this promotion going forward? And yeah, just kind of set out what to do, because it feels like they've just bought it for the sake of buying it. You know what I mean? With no intended plans and no sort of direction of what they're going to do with it. So those are my thoughts on Worlds Collide. Solid show, a bit directionless, but I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Were you fans of it? Were you not? Let me know and I'll try to reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support and have a nice day.